Live at 5, this is 13 News Now.
And welcome to 13 News Now at 5. Thank you for joining us. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm David Allen. The rain from the weekend carried over into the start of the week with showers across the area.
And as the showers move out, we'll have to start watching for flurries. Evan Stewart is here to explain.
That's right. We can't totally rule out some isolated snow showers as we go through the morning hours tomorrow, but not this evening. We're mainly looking at just the gray skies, the clouds, the rain, the mist and drizzle, and temperatures that are on the chilly side, right around 40 degrees, a few upper 30s, a little bit closer to the coastline, 39 in Norfolk, 38 Virginia Beach, and 38 degrees in Currituck. But as we take a look at the radar, mainly some light rain with some pockets of more moderate rain indicated by the darker greens and the yellows showing up back across Sussex County through the middle peninsula and over towards the eastern shore. Everything working its way off towards the east. So for the next couple of hours, still looking at the light to moderate rain, and then later this evening, looking at some mist and drizzle. Then we're watching this upper level system out towards the west that'll swing through here tomorrow. Just enough moisture that we could see a few isolated snow showers. Now, temperatures are not expected to drop below freezing, and with the wet ground, not expecting much in the way of accumulation on roads, but some elevated surfaces, tops of cars, decks, and on some grass and mulch. There could be some minor accumulations. We're talking maybe 1 or 2 hundredths of an inch, or 1 or 2 tenths of an inch of snow out there. But we got the cloudy skies, the rain and drizzle through the rest of the evening. Just looking at the cloudy conditions, notice those rainfall chances starting to drop back just a little bit as we get towards the 9, 10, 11 o'clock hour. That's when we'll just have that mist and some drizzle and some light fog. And notice temperatures only in the upper 30s later tonight and as we get closer to midnight. So we'll continue to track our chances for snow. I'll give you some forecasted snow projections and have the rest of the outlook coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Evan, as we track our chances for winter weather, download the 13 News Now app. You'll be able to check the forecast and keep track of weather alerts no matter where you are. The app is free for your smartphone and tablet.
Now to a developing story in Newport News. A 15-year-old boy is recovering after someone shot him at a school bus stop this morning. Shooting happened on Marshall Avenue at 33rd Street near the Boys and Girls Club. He was waiting to go to Heritage High School. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shin is live in Newport News, and Megan, parents are shaken up.
That's right, David and Janet. Neighbors and parents say the kids gather out here every single morning for the bus stop, and this morning there were about 5 kids waiting for the bus gathered somewhere behind me when the shooting happened.
It was my grandson leaving, going to Heritage High School at 6:45.
At 6:45, Juanita Jackson's grandson was standing at the bus stop when a red SUV pulled up.
And I just heard pop, 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 pop.
And someone started shooting.
When we started shooting, he just ducked down and grabbed the other guy.
That other guy, a 15-year-old boy. Police say a bullet hit him in the leg.
It's heartbreaking, it is, because that's a baby.
Officers say the Heritage High School student will survive. Now, Newport News public school officials say there are extra police and counselors on campus.
They're on foot a whole lot around here lately.
Police are all around the bus stop now on Marshall Avenue, but community members are still worried for their kids.
But you know, in the afternoon, they come to the Boys and Girls Club, and I wouldn't even, after this morning, I wouldn't let my baby go to the Boys and Girls Club for nothing.
Scared for him and everybody else, kids around here.
So while the teen is recovering at the hospital, many say they will take their kids to the bus stop from now on.
For safety and make sure nobody bothers him.
And stay with us here for 13 News Now at 6. We'll tell you what the Newport News School District has to say about the shooting incident. Reporting live in Newport News, I'm Megan Shin, 13 News Now.
Former Portsmouth police officer Stephen Rankin will stay behind bars as he serves time for voluntary manslaughter. Today, Rankin's attorney argued his client should be out on bond. Back in 2015, Rankin shot and killed 18-year-old William Chapman outside a Walmart. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton was inside the courtroom today, and she joins us now with the update.
Stephen Rankin is supposed to get out of prison this November, but his attorney argued the judge should release her client on bond. Rankin is appealing 2 issues involving his trial. Those 2 issues, juror misconduct and an expert not allowed to testify on the use of force. Former Portsmouth police officer Stephen Rankin denied bond.
Leave it alone. You know, you did a crime, Do your time.
Rankin is serving 2.5 years in prison on a voluntary manslaughter conviction. He shot and killed 18-year-old William Chapman after responding to Walmart for a shoplifting call in April of 2015. Chapman was not armed.
The defendant in this case should be treated like any other defendant.
Today, Rankin's attorney Nicole Belote wanted her client to get out on bond during the appeals process.
I was cautiously optimistic going into this, but knowing what we're dealing with, it's an uphill battle.
The Court of Appeals granted a petition to look at 2 issues that happened during trial, not allowing an expert opinion and juror misconduct.
If they ultimately determine that the court committed error, the only remedy at this point would be to send it back for a new trial.
If a new trial does happen, a jury could find Rankin innocent or guilty again. He would only face a retrial on the voluntary manslaughter charge. If found guilty for a second time, a judge would resentence him.
If he were to be, hypothetically speaking, convicted of voluntary again, he's looking at up to 10 years.
A 3-panel judge will start the process next week.
I trust the judgment of the Attorney General handling the case, and I will be present to watch.
Now, if there is a retrial and Rankin is found innocent, he would no longer be considered a convicted felon. Now, coming up on 13 News Now at 6, hear what career Rankin wants to pursue once he gets out of prison. Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
Norfolk police have made an arrest in a weekend homicide. Jamel Hicks is charged with second-degree murder. He's in jail without bond. Police say last night Hicks shot and killed 20-year-old Antonio Parker inside an apartment on Cedar Street. That's in the Compostela area. Police have not said what led to the shooting.
Woman accused of murder in Virginia Beach will be tried on a lesser charge. A judge reduced a second-degree murder charge for Brianna Armstrong. Now she's charged with voluntary manslaughter. Is accused of killing her husband last year. She claims it was in self-defense. Today, the judge said she didn't believe the killing was done with malice. Sullivan remains in jail without bond.
3 people are safe after their boat ran aground this weekend. The boaters were in the water near Wanchese on the Outer Banks. Yesterday, they got stuck on a small island. A crew from the Coast Guard Station Oregon Inlet launched a boat and took the stranded boaters to shore. The boat owner is still working to get the vessel towed. A Virginia Beach man is sharing his story about his car being stolen in hopes of warning others.
After a series of car break-ins in his Chicks Beach neighborhood, his car was swiped from his driveway in an unusual way. Aaron E. LeBeau tells us what the thief found that led to the car being stolen.
I got up about 6:15 in the morning, went out to get my newspaper, and the car is gone.
Right from his driveway, under a porch light, and a few feet from his door, Murray Ashman's car was stolen. It happened last week in his Chicks Beach neighborhood off Lake Drive in Virginia Beach. After filing a report with police,
he took a report very quickly and was very professional, put it out there as be on the lookout.
He warned his neighbors on social media, sharing what happened to him on Facebook and a community forum called Next Door.
People were sharing the post and all the communication. It enabled me to hook up with like 28 neighboring communities along the Shore Drive corridor.
And that's when he realized others had been victims.
They were rifling through cars up and down the street until they found one.
The way that Murray says the thief was even able to take his car for a joyride, well, he looked in the glove compartment, took out the owner's manual, and used a spare key that was in there. Murray's car was found within a few hours in Hampton, but after speaking with police, he believes his car being stolen was part of a larger crime spree.
So the suspect also had a gun on him at the time and some drugs, and there were some other stolen cars nearby, so apparently this was not an isolated incident.
We checked in with police to find out whether or not this is the case, but we have not heard back from them. Either way, Murray says he hopes sharing his story will help someone else.
I was glad I was able to get my car back in one piece.
In Virginia Beach, I'm Aaron E. LeBeau, 13 News Now.
A program that helps mentally ill inmates get out of jail is running out of money. Hampton Roads Regional Jail administrators want the pilot program to continue. HRRJ was one of the 6 jails involved in the program last year. The initiative gives inmates who suffer from mental illnesses access to housing, clothing, and food after they're released. In Governor Northam's proposed budget, an amendment to 2 bills would maintain the program's funding.
New technology at the ports could have a big impact on planning local road improvements. Soon, VDOT will put GPS trackers in the trucks at the Norfolk International Terminal. That lets VDOT track which roads the trucks use most. That data will be used to influence which road project should get funding first. Data already collected shows a majority of the port trucks use I-64 on the peninsula. If you live in Virginia Beach, you have another chance tonight to sound off on how the city should combat sea level rise. The mission is to take a hard look at flooding hazard areas and come up with solutions. Tonight's meeting is at Bayside High School from 6 until 8 o'clock.
A market that was meant to help end a local food desert will close its doors. Jim's local market in Newport News is going out of business. We're told the store has low sales and isn't profitable. Its last day is January 31st. 13 News Now told you about Jim's when it first opened in 2016. It gave the Southeast community in Newport News better access to fresh foods and vegetables.